trespassing call. What happened next was anything but routine, and as the situation unfolds, you'll get to see the 10 signs of stimulant abuse.
I didn't see your boob, bro. Get the f off my arm right now.
What's going on?
Knocking it over, taking my stuff. I'm not f***ing with her. She's taking my knocking over trash cans. She don't pay rent here. Probably on something.
Do you have IDs on you? Who lives here?
Me and her. We pay rent.
Please grab him. He's fine. He's fine.
Get your dog inside.
She's been doing really good.
Back on drugs.
And
What she is.
when she gets high, she moves everything. She knocks everything over.
You're throwing oranges at people.
And then
I'm not gonna hurt her. I'm not stupid enough to hurt her.
Now you ain't.
Michelle, just shut up. Just shut up.
You shut up.
You don't even need to be here.
You don't need to be here either.
I do.
No, you can.
We were called. So you guys are both on the lease then?
Yeah.
What do you guys want? Do you guys want her
Make
here?
her leave for the night. She's got places she can go. I know she does.
Make her leave?
I figured we'll stop and say hey to everybody. Hey everybody, welcome to Court Addict.
Hi everybody, welcome in. It's Wednesday. It means the week is half over. Is that not the most amazing thing ever, or what?
It is. It is. The week's halfway over. It's ready to be over.
Absolutely.
Hey,
And
Linus
we-
and Nancy, not Nanny, Nancy, Gina,
Works.
KK, Kim. No, Kim is not late tonight. Hey, Kim, welcome to the show. And then we got Throw the Goat. And
Lori's here. Gina.
Casey Carey. Casey Carey's here. American Courts 2 is here.
Who cares about that guy? He only just caused trouble.
Okay, well, Kim's got a cool. What's the word you are calling it? Dapper.
That's what they, the Dapper Judge Fleischer.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but every day, according to what Judge Fleischer wears, he will change the little emoji to correspond with his color palette. So today he was in blue, so your little Judge Fleischer next to your name is in blue. And if you want a little Judge Fleischer next to your name, then become a member. You can do that, and you'll get one.
We got
it will change.
Debbie made it and Gina made it. So, all right, we can start the movie now.
Awesome, let's go.
All right, this one's from Midwest Safety. If you look in the top right corner of your screen, you'll see who these videos are from. We don't steal videos without giving credit, and we are certainly going to be stealing videos. So here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should be fine, but she's just being an asshole.
I am dealing with it.
Can we go in there and talk with her? You guys fine with it? Okay. All right, Michelle. They want you to leave for the night. So let's go. Michelle, what are we doing?
Shit.
This is the effects of meth, by the way.
Why do you gotta wait for me?
Because I know you. I've dealt with you for the last 12 years of my life. And you don't leave.
Why the fuck do I have to?
So leave. They don't want you here.
I didn't know that.
I'm telling you that. They don't want you here.
That's fine. I'm trying to fucking leave anyway.
You're messing with the trash. You're not doing anything.
Fuck? I got shit on my hands, matter of fact. You want to cuff them?
No. Stop. What are you doing?
It's just
Get out.
how you're acting. We like you here.
You guys have not let me fucking function. I'm barely breathing. Do you guys not comprehend that
And
goddamn
you're
shit?
smoking a cigarette.
Exactly.
Stop talking to your daughter like that. Get your shit. Get out.
Should have heard how the fuck she's talking to me like
I don't give a shit. You raised her. This is on you.
Who the fuck
Get
are you to
your
talk?
shit and get out.
Amen.
Who the fuck do you think you are to
Amen.
talk to me like
Just
that?
leave
Talk to anybody like that for fucking that matter, bud.
I'm going to take your stuff and I'm going to throw it outside.
Take what stuff?
Grab
Your bag, your cell phone, your cigarettes. Let's go.
Go. You're not getting in trouble if you just go. What are you fucking doing, bro? No. I didn't see your boob, bro. What are you doing?
Kiss my ass, everybody. I'm pulling my pants up.
You can get in trouble for that. No, that was really wrong. How you
He's very
actually
rude, and I don't see why he's being rude to me.
You get to.
'Cause what the fuck, dude? Seriously? Like, what the fuck? I'll up in the goddamn camera, huh? Now, that one was on purpose. Suck my dick.
You are being
What is that?
asked to leave. Your
I
hand.
seriously was trying to leave any fucking way.
Then let's go.
I know you aren't. Are you?
I don't
Come
want
on,
to
let's go.
press
We're going.
charges.
Let's go. Huh?
I I don't want to press charges. It's just when she's acting like this. I don't want her to get in trouble.
Let's go. You're being asked to leave.
I'm not gonna charge you with nothing. But just leave for the
There you go.
night. Like,
Go.
I was frozen.
Yeah, Big Tiff Dog's got the greatest comment there that her in-law's house. I was listening to all that chaos, and I was like, that is going through at least 10% of the homes in America right now is all that damn noise.
Yeah, and the fact that the cops have been dealing with her for 12 years is absolutely insane. That poor cop and that poor family. Can you imagine going through this for the last 12 years? That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, the one thing that I keep thinking about is, the homeowners associations and the city can, get you in trouble for how your lawn is. I wonder how many times do the police get called before you're a pain in the ass and they can just run you out of town. Hey,
Right?
we got a new person from Texas as a supporter of our show. Hey, Linus, Texas. Welcome to our show.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Linus because Linus doesn't make sense. And you have a little Tina, Victoria as Tina Twerker now. So you got that going for you, Linus. That's pretty exciting.
Heck yeah, Linus. What it is, she's probably got multiple accounts, and so she had to go figure out what was going on with her account. She's probably one of them pulling off multiple accounts.
Probably. Yeah. Does Tina change every day too?
No.
Just
I can't. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. Well, hey, Casey, Carrie, how are you? And well, let's go and see what sort of mess this lady creates.
where am I
Out the
going?
room. Fuck, man.
Listen, you just gotta go for a while.
So why do I need to leave?
Because you don't live
Awesome.
here.
Yes, I do.
So I guess she got dressed back up.
Ooh.
I don't know. And if you guys can see at the top, every so often they'll show like a little
Does she
tip
live
of
here?
what the
She
10
don't live
signs
here.
of meth
She
abuse
don't live
are.
right here. She comes here
Hey,
because
Brecken.
we're her family. Just for
You guys don't want her here, correct?
Not right now.
You don't want her here.
This is your last chance.
Okay.
You get your stuff and you gotta
Out
leave.
here to here.
You need to
Am
get
I
your
not
stuff
allowed
and
to
you
hear what
need to
say?
get your
Listen.
stuff and you need to leave.
Get your stuff right now, or you're going to be arrested for trespassing.
Why am I trespassing?
Get your stuff.
She just said I fucking lived here.
No, she did not.
You're not listening.
She
Get your
said I
stuff.
don't
Let's
live
go.
here.
You don't live here, so let's get your
Yes,
stuff
the
and let's
fuck
go.
I do.
Let's get your stuff.
All right. Let's get your stuff. What's all yours? Book bag? Let's
Dude.
go. Come on.
Hey, Beverly Bradford, how are you?
Let's go.
Karma. Karma. Karma.
What are you
They
calling?
named their dog Karma.
I'm getting my stuff and leaving, like you were telling me.
There's
Where
your
am
stuff.
I going?
Let's go.
Jesus.
Back to your
fuck,
house.
dude.
Get your phone. Get your smokes. Get your stuff. Let's go.
Whoa! Let go.
What are we doing?
Now I'm sad. She says that I sound like her.
Michelle, what are you
I don't sound
doing?
like her.
Getting my stuff.
Right? The dog naming
What are you doing?
Naming the dog Karma is just so crazy.
All right.
Ow, ow, bitch! Dude, get the fuck off my arm right now!
Stop.
Motherfucker, now! Now!
Stop.
Are you gonna not twist me? Cause that could have broke my arm, dude!
She has a shoulder problem.
Really, bro?
I got
What the
left.
fuck was that, bro?
Pull your
What
hands.
the fuck?
Pull your
We're
arms out.
done.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Pull your arms out.
Pull your arms out. Take your arms from underneath you. What are you doing? Let me have your arms.
Motherfucker!
What is she trying to do?
And that was on the ass!
be
Hey!
smart.
That's my other!
Don't hurt. Let her do it. Let her arm go. Let her arm go
No,
right now.
she's-
Let her go.
She's fine. No.
No.
Oh man, I taste piss and blood.
Please make sure she's.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Dude.
Michelle,
Up.
stand up.
Now that is ridiculous.
We gave her
I know.
plenty of opportunities. She wanted to then, as soon as I went to go hands on to arrest her, she wants to resist.
Right, bro, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Don't hurt her. Please don't.
That feels better, Chloe.
She wants to act like
Mom,
this?
get up. You're going to look stupid in
Wanna
front
get
of
the
my
door?
neighbors. Dude, I'm trying to do something, Chloe. Just what the fuck out.
You gonna
What
stand?
the fuck out, Chloe?
What? Just
What the fuck out? That's what.
Listen to
Don't
me.
break those.
Nobody is.
I have to pay for that.
I'm not dealing with this.
Don't do that. Don't do that. My neighbors.
My neighbors fucking hurt.
Okay, well, is she gonna walk? Stand up.
Oh my god damn it.
Don't grab me.
Sorry, that
Stand
was
up.
the wrong one.
Put her on her feet. Put her on her feet.
No, she's not gonna walk, Chloe.
You motherfucker.
Here, you can see the extremely manipulative behavior of the mother. She knows her daughter is present and watching, so she sends subliminal messages by acting out and getting herself hurt in order to convince her daughter that this is what happens when you call the cops on me. They abuse me and I get hurt.
Just have a chance
That's
to stand
annoying.
up. We're giving you a chance to
Get
stand
the
up now.
fuck off me.
We're gonna
I
take
know
to the
you
ground.
both are.
You need to chill out. You're gonna go to the ground.
Just
So the one thing that's getting to me is, I think it's easy to assume she's crazy. I mean, I'm
Oh,
not
this is
talking
drugs.
Well, I'm not talking about mental illness. I'm talking about she's on drugs. She's crazy. She's not in control of her behavior.
Yeah.
If she's not in control of her behavior, how is she so manipulative and controlling her behavior that she's scheming on how to get over on her daughter?
I don't think she even knows that she's doing it. It's just built in, and
No,
they just do it.
No, the creepy AI voice guy just said that she's sending subliminal signals to her daughter.
Subliminal. Yeah, I don't know if they're subliminal, if she's actually saying the words, but I haven't heard her say them yet. But I'm sure they're coming.
Yeah, that guy.
But yeah, I get that. I don't know. I don't understand that either. That didn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying if she's, there's no way she's doing what she's doing on purpose because she's, no one. In the end, no
She
one's
doesn't
got
have
that.
a thought process.
Well, no one's got that much energy. No one's that excited about life to be acting like that. But like I said, the creepy AI voice guy was saying that she was doing it on purpose to try to manipulate her daughter. And to me, that shows some sort of control of your mind, control of your thought processes.
Not all the time. If you're that manipulative, it's just built in, and you don't even know you're doing it or recognize you're doing it. So you never know. She just could be doing it for so long. It's like it's muscle memory. She just instinctively starts manipulating. Oh,
There you go. Rebecca's got a good one. I bet Karma's a bitch.
That's a very, very good point. That's really funny.
I'll go ahead and throw out a language warning. Hey, everybody, this clip may have inappropriate language. Be careful when listening to this clip because there may be some bad words. Brecken, hide your kids. Yep, hide your kids.
And earmuffs, bad words.
Okay, yep. And so lack of vocabulary. Yep, absolutely, Jamie. I was always told if you got to cuss, you have a bad vocabulary. So
absolutely. Let's see what happens with her.
That's what I was told, at least.
Are you gonna walk?
don't hurt your fucking.
Let's walk. Quit trying to get out of your cuffs and let's go. Okay. Back to. Okay. Go.
Caleb, go. Whoa, you're making me dizzy.
What? You had an opportunity to walk and you don't want to walk, so I'm gonna carry you.
How do you get dizzy by being carried?
You got her. Yeah. Stop.
You're doing it to yourself.
Busting my goddamn.
Stop.
You're doing it to yourself.
Are you
I'm trying to
you
do
gonna
it to
stand up?
myself now.
Listen to me. Are you gonna stand up?
Fuck. I want to stand up
Okay.
and be able to fucking walk. Ow!
So, what are you doing?
They gave you.
You are not even standing, Michelle. I got it. What are we doing? Do you want to stand up, Michelle?
I don't know. Yeah.
Michelle, you jerked your own arm. Stop. What are you doing? All right, let's try to stand her. We're going to stand you up, Michelle. Put your legs underneath you.
Put your... Oh, damn. Did you feel that shit? That felt great.
Stop dropping.
Stop dropping.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Come on.
I got your phone and your glasses.
Do not spit on either one of us.
I know I taste blood.
Get in. Step in.
Dude, can you get the fuck off?
No, we cannot. We have to put you in the car.
You don't gotta break
Michelle?
me. I know, dude. Why are you hurting me? I'm not
Because we are asking you to get in the car, Michelle. Get in the car.
because I'm a dead brick. Look at this, though. I'm not trying
Stop.
to. No, I'm that fucking tense. I'm not resisting at all.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, now just I was.
Foot
You guys
in
are
the car.
busting my fucking bones up
Put your foot in the car.
from the get-go.
Put your foot. No, we're not, Michelle.
What the fuck was that?
Get your foot in.
If they shut the door on your foot, that's your own fault.
Hey, don't kick.
Here.
That black and white camera don't do her face any good.
No, not at all.
I'm standing. I love it.
After acting like a rabid raccoon the entire way to the police station, Michelle was charged with trespassing and resisting arrest. She is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. Chloe, the daughter, gets an A+ from us for acting calm and thoughtful throughout.
We like you here.
She's been doing really good.
And gets bonus credit for being so even-keeled despite being raised by a mom who clearly has her own struggles.
That was
That's
super
so
nice of him
tragic.
to say. I'm saying that was
Yeah,
super,
it was.
Yeah, he ended it well.
Absolutely.
So whenever you had your off times, I guess we'll call it, whenever you had your rough times, is there ever a time that heroin makes you act crazy, or does heroin just kind of mellow you out?
Yeah, heroin doesn't really make you act crazy. I would say you act more desperate when you're faced with the prospect of withdrawals. So if I like needed money and like couldn't manipulate it out of somebody, I would, resort to just acting crazy and just like I would say mean things like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not going to do this for me." Like I would guilt trip someone and just lay it on thick, which may be a terrible person, but the thought of withdrawal is awful. So that was basically when I would act the worst, is if I was faced with the notion of going without and going through withdrawals. Like there was one time when I knew I wasn't going to be able to get any money, and I was like, well, what could I do to send myself to the ER where they would give me meds?
Now, when you get to the ER, do you tell them, "Hey, I'm coming off of heroin. I need something to fix it," or
No, and
would you try
I
lying
honestly
to them
like
too?
Oh, absolutely lie. Absolutely lie. And if I would have told them the truth, they probably would have gotten me connected with some sort of services. But I was just so afraid of the stigma and that, no, we're not going to give you anything. And probably at that point in time, I wasn't necessarily interested in didn't necessarily know that methadone outpatient was an option. I was thinking it was just going to be rehab, and I
So-
wasn't interested in that.
So it seems like with every pack of heroin that you buy, they should give you a little warning label on it, like a Surgeon General's warning. Hey, here's the clinic you need to get a hold of when you decide to change your life.
Wouldn't that be great?
But I guess
That would be amazing.
But you know what? I bet you those pamphlets are the same place where all the parenting pamphlets are whenever you have a kid. They don't give you the book on how to be a parent. So
Yeah, probably.
So KK has a great question. And
Sure.
what is the difference between heroin and meth? Because people like me, to me, it's all the same. It's all bad devil stuff. It's all horrible.
So overly simplistically, opioids are a downer and meth is an upper. Meth will like wire you, make you wide awake for days, and opiates mellow you out, make you sleepy, make you tired. Like that's what you see, the nod, people just like falling asleep and jerking themselves up. Like that's a telltale sign that somebody's on opiates. Meth, they couldn't close their eyes if you paid them.
Yeah. So
that's
this
basically the simplistic difference between the two. One's an opiate, which binds to your opiate receptors. The other one is a stimulant overall and stimulates your entire nervous system. So it puts it into overdrive, and so your heart starts racing. You start thinking a million miles a second. Everything is just, it's speed. It's
Right.
I mean, like, so here's kind of to break it down. Adderall, which is a ADHD medicine, when you get it at the pharmacy, the generic on the little pill bottle says amphetamine salts. It's amphetamines. Adderall is straight speed. Like it's literally just amphetamine salts in a pill form. And that wires you. Now, if you have ADHD, your system is flipped. So when you take stimulants, it calms you down. And when you take things that are supposed to calm you down, it usually amps you up. So that's
Okay.
usually the way it is with ADHD people. And so if they take like something like speed, it'll actually calm them down and let them focus. But a normal person that doesn't have ADHD, who's just taking it to take it, it'll wire you. Like I would have like 17 1,000 projects around the house started and not one of them finished. So, yeah. I hope that kind of answers your question. Okay. Yeah, does that kind of answer your question? I'm looking at chat now.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat. It looks like Linus and Nancy are fighting. It's craziness in there. KK, hey, I don't know, but so
Yeah, kind of like Idaho.
So this lady would be an easy one for us to just say she was on meth. She was on definitely an upper.
Well, and her daughter even said that, like, she's fine until she gets high, and she was not on any type of like opiate. So yeah.
Right, but I was gonna say, but heroin's high too. So, so this lady here, let's just say she's on a medication that has some sort of upper medication. Is you're talking about Adderall? Let's say Adderall.
Yeah, it could have been Adderall, but I don't think Adderall makes you that crazy. Like the meth part of the methamphetamines, like there's amphetamines, that's the Adderall part. The meth part of it is what really makes it gross and dangerous, and that's what makes you do the crazy stuff and really messes with your brain chemistry. So that's what makes it dangerous. Like, not that amphetamines are super great for you either, but that extra additive of whatever makes it the meth part, what that does to your body is completely different. And while it does wire you, it induces psychosis, so you don't necessarily think straight. That's the difference.
Okay, yeah. Brecken thinks someone called her.
Nancy, I don't know if you're joking. I really hope you're not. But regardless, please don't put that in chat. We don't. You're important. Stay here. If that was a joke, it's not funny. If it isn't, please don't feel that way ever. I don't want you to ever say that. That's not cool. We love you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just pass over it and ignore that it was there. So.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
So.
The next clip we have, I think, who is it? It is Judge Simpson. And so most of these are actually old clips, but we're gonna review them because we've never necessarily looked at them through this aspect. So this is a Judge Simpson one. It's from a couple of months ago. I think it's from 3 or 4 months ago. It was a great one. A couple of you, I'm sure, will recognize it, but we'll talk about it anyways. I love this clip. I think it's great. This guy is not the smartest guy, and Judge Simpson, of course, is amazing. So.
Okay, I thought she was talking about Judge Simpson. I was like, I particularly like Judge Simpson.
Oh, no, I love Judge Simpson. Absolutely. Okay. He's great.
All right, and this video clip comes to us from,
where did he throw it away?
There was a little bit left.
I know.
I disposed of the tray.
You what?
I used it, and
you used it. Then okay, so it didn't stay on the tray.
Right. And I disposed of the tray.
Yeah. Court calls case Beaver versus Walter LaCroix.
Ready, Judge.
Yeah, Jonathan Emmons on behalf of the people.
Court shall feaster Assistant Public Defender, Mr. Walter LaCroix. Mr. LaCroix, please state your name for the record. Walter LaCroix. Thank you, Judge. I have spoken to Mr. Emmons about this case. It's going to do some further look at the matter to see where we stand in terms of an offer. We're asking just for an adjournment for a couple of weeks of the PCC. And then I need to address his it's not a bond violation yet, I don't believe, but it's a bond report where Mr. Croy given permission to test in Genesee County. He signed up for a program, DNA testing in Genesee County. That program did not release testing results to the community corrections unless he was
positive. Hold on a second. That's not what I have. Do you have his progress report?
The one that I have, I do have a progress report. I don't
from August 28th.
I don't believe that's the date. Let me check.
Mr. Allen.
Yes, mine dated August 28th.
In terms of his testing, I have so he's here on an operating while intoxicated causing death.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. And on August 20th, after his arraignment, what day was he arraigned?
I believe he was arraigned on the 16th.
So then he got tested on the 16th he was ordered. He wanted to test there. He tests on August 20th, and he's positive for cocaine.
Correct, Your Honor. I'm aware of that.
Then on the 22nd, he didn't appear for his testing.
That was when I was setting up to be tested in Genesee County. I didn't have to test again because I had just tested. I was just signing up to test in Genesee County. And I called the lady down here to let her know right away.
All right. Let's go back a moment because I don't think he's been before me.
I don't believe so, Judge. Just asking for a 2-week adjournment to see where we stand in terms of the potential.
Why is he testing positive for cocaine after getting charged and arraigned on an operating while intoxicated causing death?
Because he used cocaine, Your Honor. Obviously. I don't think he's.
No, it's a fair answer to my question. I'm just saying why.
Yes, Judge.
Why? I mean, why is he using anything?
Well, my understanding is he is not any longer.
What?
My understanding is he is not any longer, but he previously was. He began testing, transferred that testing to Genesee County per the instructions he was given at arraignment. He's been testing there, but they are not reporting the results here unless he is positive. They have not called him to test this week. He's called them twice a day to go test. They have not called him, so he went over today to community corrections and tested here. And he is going to change if the court allows him.
He tested here today?
Here this morning.
What is it? Do we have results on that?
I don't have it.
I don't have anything yet,
I was
Judge.
informed about it this morning myself.
So, go ahead, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Judge. So rather than do the Genesee County testing that authorized to do that does not send the reports as community correction would require, he has signed up again today to test here and do all of his testing here, although he does not live here. He has a relative here with him who has agreed to drive him back and forth. To do that testing, if he is allowed, Your Honor. I understand.
What was the intoxicant in the primary offense?
Cocaine.
So let me get this right. He's charged, I just want to make sure. So I have it clear in my head.
You do.
He was charged with operating while intoxicated causing death.
Yes, Your Honor.
The intoxicant in that charge is cocaine.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's in arraigned. So now he knows what he's charged with.
Yes.
He's told to go to community corrections. When he gets to community corrections, mind you, 4 days later,
Yes. He tests positive.
he tests positive for cocaine.
I had some at my house, which I disposed of.
In your nose or what?
I had it in a tray and I disposed of it.
You what?
I had it in a tray
And then
I
you
threw
just
it away.
smoked it.
I threw it away.
You threw it away? How does that work? Where do you throw it?
I forgot our cameras weren't on. She, you'll see her side eye whenever Judge Simpson starts getting on to people. She'll just kind of side eye, and whenever Judge Simpson's really fussing at him, she'll just flat turn and look. You almost see her pull out a bag of popcorn whenever people are getting fussed at, but she doesn't try hiding it at all. She'll laugh at people, and she's not being mean about it. She just she's been there so long. Yeah, she's just reacting to it, and somebody will say something embarrassing, she'll turn and hold her mouth, and oh my goodness. And you just got to imagine the dynamic. You got to think about Judge Fleischer and Melissa, the dynamic that Judge Simpson has with some of the people in his court. It's just amazing. But this guy here. So how many times did I know what caused you to finally stop was when your husband found you. But how many times had you tried to stop? Is it
I
count?
mean, like, not really ever. Like, I mean, I I mean, I had gone off of pills before where I have gone through like the whole withdrawal. That was more when I was like on tramadol, where the withdrawal process isn't as intense as a heroin withdrawal is, but it's still really bad. And it takes like 2 weeks to get fully out of your system and you not deal with withdrawals anymore. But yeah, I didn't really try to quit on my own because I knew I needed the medicine. Like I knew my body was chemically dependent upon it. So there was no just stopping and surviving through it. And I don't have the greatest self control. Like no matter how well intentioned I would be to try to make a certain amount last me a long time and just be like, okay, I'm only going to do a little bit and I'm going to make this little bit last me forever. And I'm not going to splurge or indulge. And that went right out of the window like an hour later. And I had no self control. I would do it all.
Okay, so whenever
yeah.
you were
No, I haven't really tried.
Whenever you were in the throes of addiction, I don't know what to call it. Whenever you were in that phase of your when you're in that phase of your life, did you have other friends that were doing the same thing? Were you in a crowd or were you alone?
When I started, I was alone, but I eventually befriended people as I needed to, like, you know, I befriended like dealers and people who sold it and had it. So I had a few friends in that way, but I never ran around with people who did it. Like I found it on my own. I figured out how to use it on my own. The internet is a very destructive and powerful tool. And yeah, I didn't have anybody teach me or introduce me to it. It was 100% my own doing.
Okay, well, I guess what I'm getting to is like this guy here. He had some, like he realized he was in trouble and he had some. I'm just going to assume that he's telling the truth. I'm just going to assume that he's telling the truth, and that he got in his vehicle. He was going to go. He was on his way to rehab, and he saw he had some in the ashtray, and so he just had to hit that pipe one last time. I assume it's that hard. I'm just saying if I was on my way to the gym and I saw a little Debbie cake in the ashtray, I'm gonna have to take a bite. But
well, his situation is coke. I can't talk about a coke addiction because I don't know what that's like. I don't know how hard it is to get.
He didn't look like coke to me.
Wait for the rest of the hearing because the truth does come out of how he disposed of it, and the judge was dead on with how he disposed of it. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to a coke addiction. I don't know how hard it is and how tempting it is. But if it's anything like what I went through, like if I would have seen a crushed up oxy, like how he saw cocaine on his tray, and would I dispose of it or snort it? I would snort it. Like I wouldn't be able to control myself.
I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone that's an addict would be able to control that. There's a huge part of me that I guess it bothers me that when people leave court, when people walk out of courts, they're literally left to their own devices, and that's the same thing that got them into courts.
Yeah,
their bad behavior got them into court, and now they're walking right out to the same bad behavior. But there's not enough social workers to, okay, it's time for you to leave court. Here's this person to hold your hand for the rest of your life until you can get yourself back together.
Well, and sometimes court isn't enough. Like I got arrested and I went to court and I didn't tell the court. I didn't tell anybody I was an addict. And that was the reason I got arrested. It's because I was stealing to support my habit. Honestly, I probably was told that it was reporting probation and decided, well, I'm not going to report because I don't want to get drug tested because I'm not going to pass a drug test. I was terrified of that. So that's probably why I never reported or why I just put it out of my mind and was like, well, you don't have to do it. So, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry.
It was good. Let's go back to it.
That's fine.
It's going to be a long conversation. Where did he throw it away?
There was a little bit left. I disposed of the tray.
You what?
I used it.
You used it. Then okay, so it didn't stay on the tray. But
and I disposed of the tray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he snorted the rest and disposed it of the tray. Yeah. Now the truth comes out.
Okay, well.
And since then I haven't touched it since.
Okay. He probably stopped using because he's coming today. Yeah,
I'm printing them now.
you're printing them.
I haven't understand sense.
So somebody needs to answer for me. Why was he using after being arraigned
I mean, obviously,
And
on this charge?
let's not forget the fact that he killed somebody driving while high on cocaine. So that's kind of why Judge Simpson is a little bit irritated right now, because he allegedly killed somebody while high on cocaine and then continued to do cocaine. So that's kind of why he's not super happy with him, and he tried to lie about it too, which Judge Simpson does not like. So let's keep that in mind too.
Okay, so we get people like that. We give them a bond and let them walk out and go back to the same thing they were doing before.
No
Got
comment.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, that's how we go.
And why was he using?
I don't
have my theory, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't think there's any answer to
Oh, darn.
satisfy the court as to why.
And by the way, you're still using.
Honestly, I don't see how.
Oh, really? Hold on.
I've never
But you
done
know what?
that.
The thing I hate more than anything is when somebody lies to me.
Honestly, I'm not.
Okay. Well, just make sure that because it has to be in your system in order for you to test positive. And if it's being fine.
Counsel, approach briefly. You want to see this? That's my copy, though. Yeah, this is the one he took today. No, not at all. You need all of this on the record.
And the last positive, 22nd to 7 days later?
Yeah. 7 days later. And the little bit he threw away.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm messing up your story.
Oh, I know. Okay. But all I've done is I've used it in the chair that I saw. I've used it. That was it. When it's second, well, no, I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll tell them that, but medically. I know. I want to do this. I want to truth. Okay.
To answer your previous question, Judge, why?
Oh, he's positive for cocaine.
Judge.
And so that we know.
Thank you, Judge. And to answer your previous question as to why he's still using after being arraigned,
sure.
Clearly, he has a problem, Your Honor. There's no answer I can give you that can justify use of cocaine after arraignment when it's an illegal. He doesn't have any type of special license to allow him to use cocaine, Judge. So clearly, he has a problem. He is willing to address that problem when he's testing there. He is working, and he did voluntarily come here today and take a test. So he's asking you to not say that.
So the fact that the fact that he's willing to take a test negates him being
right. Anything
positive.
else?
All I can say, Your
Honor.
Okay.
I guess so.
My cousin doesn't allow anything.
There's no way to put it in your food or drink.
It's possible. I have friends at my mother's house, but cousin's house to do work down there. Okay. Because I'm gonna eventually reside down at my cousin's house.
All right. So to the positive test, Your Honor, I have no explanation aside from what he already told you.
Which positive test?
The
first one or this one?
The first positive test.
Oh,
the explanation he gave you is that he used it and then threw away the tray. After he was arraigned, after he was ordered not to use, have no explanation, Your Honor. He'll just ask for mercy from the court on that, and he is willing to get any treatment that the court would allow him to take place.
Except that he can't follow the court's order. I don't know how he's going to do treatment. And the other thing is, he doesn't test when he's supposed to test.
Yes, Judge.
So it seems you may have two options. I could let him go and say, oh, well, best wishes. Or what I can allow him to do is go back out there, use some more cocaine, and kill somebody else. Allegedly. Not doing it.
Understood, Judge.
Defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant remanded to the Washington County Jail. I'll set his hearing September 12, 2024, 9 a.m. for probable cause.
9/12?
9/12.
All right, there's that one.
So he was all laughy and funny about it, but he also at the end was, very serious because he's very pissed off that this guy had the audacity to continue to use after he killed somebody allegedly. Like, you could see at the end, Judge Simpson was, even though he's laughing and carrying on throughout, he was not happy with that guy at all. So, Revette, thank you so much. You're so generous, and I love it. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
I lost. Oh, hey, thank you, Revette. I was completely lost. I didn't know what was going on. Thank you, Revette. Yeah, the way my screen looks, I've got comments in 2 or 3 different places, and sometimes I'm like, thank you so much, Revette. Let's see who became a member today.
Terry
Wild
Muse
Child
got one. Raven got one.
Raven was one on the other channel, so he got it on both of them.
Yeah.
So we're looking at different things to do for the members. And look, don't go and get memberships on both channels unless you just want to. We're going to have some Discord links to unlisted videos, so you could go into Discord and get links to the videos. That way, if you're a member on one channel, it'll give you the benefits of both channels. So, and we'll sort all that out with time. But we want to make sure that we have great opportunities for everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. Really helps us grow the channel. And, the free things of liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting on videos and stuff, all that free stuff helps just as much as the memberships. So please don't feel that you have to spend money. That all helps. Love it when you like it. That's all we need. Love it. Thank you. Raven, that was Revette. You guys have almost a very similar name, but Revette was the one who gave you your membership just now. So glad you're here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get the names mixed up sometimes, but
yeah,
we got them there. Thank you so much. And we've got another one. Let's go. This is Judge Webster. Webster. So looks like we go.
And this is on from Old Squishy Gardener. I'm pretty sure most of you know who Old Squishy Gardener is, the creator. He does amazing court videos and a bunch of them.
I was
he's
thinking
got
about
great stuff.
I was thinking about it today. If I had to just let's just pick one channel to watch, if it was just down to one channel, it would almost have to be his. I've seen him put up Judge Simpson videos before Judge Simpson even showed the court.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's got so many court videos. Thank you, Bracken.
Thank you,
That's
Bracken.
so generous of you. But yeah, if you don't know about Old Squishy Gardener, you guys got to go over there and check out his channel. He's got a million different playlists, all categorized in like Karens and Sovsits and like all different kinds of playlists, and he's got lots of stuff. He's amazing. If you guys didn't know about it, go check him out.
Yeah, and that's why I'm boring. My titles are not as catchy. My titles are not as clicky, and I actually won't use the term Karen. I won't use the term Karen, and it was because whenever I first started, someone had made a comment to me about it, and I talked with my brother, and his daughter's name is Karen. And I just asked him, I was like, hey, what does your daughter think about that? And he actually told me that she's, whenever she was a kid, she'd come home crying from school because that's whenever it became popular.
Aww.
And he just kind of said it kind of set him off to where he just says, nah, I'm not going to bother with that. Thank you, Scarlett, for subscribing. That's great.
Oh, thank you, Scarlett. Appreciate it.
And so he, he talked about that, that it hurt her feelings, And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I can pull this off without using that term. I think I can, limit it just a little bit. And it may, like the soft sit thing. I can, if you put soft sit on your videos. Hey, Debbie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Debbie. Love my new friends here.
Oh, Scarlett's officially green now. You're really officially a member now. Love it. Thank you so much, guys.
And thank you so much. These are the best distractions that you can get. I assure you that.
I know. I love it.
But anyway, so you got to look at the titles on some things. You got to look at what you're looking for, and absolutely, it's entitled behavior. And so let's go to see Judge Webster. She's one of my favorite judges. I like Judge Webster. There's a guy judge in Texas named Judge Webster, and he does a lot of parent court.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
I never catch it. He's an old country boy, and he is great. I don't know what county he's out of in Texas, but he does a really good job. So,
I believe the video that we're gonna watch is this guy is in court, and I believe he is geeked out. So it should be an interesting watch.
Can you hear me yet? Is it
I can't understand a word you're saying.
working yet?
You're mumbled.
Is it working yet?
No. Your audio is not your video.
Okay. Yeah, I've been on since 3:30. I didn't know my video wasn't working.
It doesn't count if you're not there when I call your name. You owe those officers that came by your house a debt of gratitude, or you'd be sitting in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
You thank them for coming by and making that public service to you.
It's working now, ma'am?
I'm serious, Mr. Michael. You owe those gentlemen some gratitude.
Sure.
If he hadn't been willing to go by your house and wake you up, I would have just issued.
Damn, he's having a hard time.
Oh yeah, he's all over the
Right,
place.
let's get
My
on.
video is working, isn't it?
Let's get on with the order of business here. You were supposed to be here at 1:30 and it is now 3:05, and you wouldn't even be here now if the officers hadn't gone to your house or wherever you are and woke you up. Apparently you're not at home.
Yeah, ma'am. Not until this court date, I hope.
Apparently they knew where to find you. So again, you're lucky in that respect. All right, we're going on the record now, sir. Are you awake?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure you understand what's going on, where you are?
Yes, Judge.
All right. We are on the record in 2023 CR 80 and 2023 CR 96, both captioned State of Kansas versus Jacob William Michael. The state appears by and through County Attorney Jill Gillette. Mr. Michael appears in person and pro se via Zoom. It is now 3:07 p.m. and he was to be here at 1:30. He called in and then apparently fell asleep and didn't answer. So the officers had to go by his home to try to find him, to wake him up. Couldn't find him, so they went to another location he might be at, and they found him and woke him up. This was a public service the officers did. They didn't have to, but they have saved bench warrants for Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, you need to pick a location, stay seated, and keep your camera on you, please.
Yes, ma'am.
He couldn't sit still if his life depended on it.
Sir, this is your first appearance in 2023 CR 80. In this case, the state is charging you in count 1 with domestic battery that on or about the 22nd day of April 2023 in Greenwood County, state of Kansas, you did unlawfully and intentionally cause physical contact with a family or household member in a rude, insulting, or angry manner, the family member being this. Okay, keep your camera where I can see you, please. Thank you. As charged, this is a Class B person misdemeanor. There is a mandatory must serve 48 hours in jail up to 6 months. There is a mandatory minimum fine of $200 up to $1,000. Now the court can waive the jail time if instead you do a certified domestic violence offender evaluation by a certified evaluator and comply with all the recommendations of that evaluation. In count 2, sir, you're accused of disorderly conduct. The state is alleging that at that same date, you did use fighting words or engage in noisy conduct tending reasonably to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others, to wit, Aubrey Maxwell. This charge is a Class C misdemeanor. If convicted, you could serve another 30 days in jail and you could pay another fine of $500. In count 3, you're charged with criminal damage to property. The state is
Jamie, thank
alleging
you
on
so
that same
much.
date
Welcome to the new
you
members.
did
Kelly,
by means other
yay.
than fire explosive.
That's a good point to stop. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you for that. Thank you. So let's talk
And
about.
Kelly got a membership too.
Oh, wonderful! There
Kelly
you go,
Fitz,
Kelly.
yeah.
There you go. So let's talk about. Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's talk about Jill real quick. Jill gets love. Jill gets hate. Jill gets everything in the middle.
I love Jill.
Yeah, I like. To me, she makes some good snarky comments when you got a guy that's in there for hitting his kid or something like that. She's, you can tell she comes with both barrels loaded. She's ready to go. She's ready to fight. I think what makes it easy for her to get the dislikes and the hate on her is like here the whole time she looks like she's busy, like she can't be bothered with the court. I'm just saying she's constantly doing paperwork. Yeah. Where when you have Jared Ruggiero, who does the same thing as her, he's very attentive. He's, looking like an AI robot, just sitting there paying attention to it. Where she looks, the whole time she's doing other paperwork. She is either the most disorganized person I've ever met, or she is the busiest person I've ever met, because she is constantly writing, constantly doing paperwork, constantly doing some stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen her ill prepared. I don't know if I've ever seen it, but I know obviously that happens to any attorney. But she's always on the ball, in my opinion.
No, I've got a good video up. I don't know if I deleted it or not. I had to delete a lot of videos whenever I got demonetized. I had to delete a lot because I had to make sure I was following the rules so I could get it back. But I have a video where she didn't ask for a discovery. She didn't ask for a discovery, and she didn't play by the rules, and the defense attorney called her out, and she got snappy with the defense attorney saying, "You've never made me ask before." And Judge Rickey just went to the defense attorney and said, "Are you asking for it now?" He goes, "Absolutely." And so she got called out for that, and you could tell she got upset about that. But in the end, I think the determination is she is human.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that I think she does. I think she does good. I think she does. She may not. Somebody's talking about some decoration that she's got on her wall. I'm sure. I'm sure everybody's got something on their wall that's unique to them. I don't know why she'd have that on her wall. Y'all can look through the comments to see what they're talking about. I'm not going to say
it's it's behind her chair. It just looks weird, but yeah. I think she's very, like Tiff made a good point. She's very busy and organized, and what they have, two prosecutors for this that we are maybe three. There's Jill, there's Regier, and then there's the Regier's
Junior
clone.
Yeah.
That's
Canfield.
not a lot of prosecutors
Devin
for that
Canfield,
area.
I think is his name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Devin. So they got a lot of work to split amongst the three of them.
No, absolutely. And I see her in her vehicle a lot. In her vehicle, she'll you can tell that she's literally pulling over to do court. And so, yeah, it's in the end, it's easy to nitpick a human. It's easy to nitpick somebody and what their job is. Quietly soulful. What's discovery is if I've got phone calls that I'm going to use against you, I have to disclose it to you. But I only have to
whatever the prosecution has as far as evidence against you, they have to give it to the defense so they can see what they have and prepare for it, so they don't have any surprises.
Absolutely. Well, I think Jacob's done with his nap, so we're going to go ahead and get back started on it. You can see he's just passed out in the corner.
Well, he's going to get woken up here shortly.
Good.
Well, you'll see.
Either damage or destroy or deface or substantially impair the use of property, to wit a cell phone, in which another, to wit Aubrey Maxwell, had an interest without her consent, and that the damage you did was under $1,000. As charged, this is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. You could serve another 6 months in jail and pay another $1,000 fine. Mr. Michael, do you have any questions about these charges or their possible penalties that I could help you with today?
No, ma'am. Other than the two last ones you said are new. I didn't get those ones until today. But whatever. I mean, it don't mean anything. Just the others are new. I didn't understand. I had to do. But no, ma'am.
I think
Mr. Michael, are you on any drugs today or alcohol?
No, ma'am. I'm sitting on the edge of bed and I can sit up a little bit.
You're still what?
I'm sitting on the edge of bed. On the edge of a bed, I can sit up a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm just concerned about your slurred speech and your jerky movements there, that maybe you're under the influence of something.
Ma'am.
I want to make sure you understand what you're doing today and what's being
Yes,
said.
ma'am. Yeah, I do a lot there.
Okay, are the officers still with you?
I know they came hard. I mean, but they actually, I did fall asleep, but I woke up before they came in here and told me I had to hurt.
All right.
Any of that
We're going to
English?
go on. 2023 CR 96. Did you say the officers were still there?
No, ma'am, they're not.
Okay. In 2023 CR 80, you're charged in that case.
He's hardcore tweaking, Victoria. Super tweaking.
I thought it was Tex-Mex.
That's one we just did. It's
I like Jill's little smile there, like
Excuse
she
me just a moment.
knows
I'm going to
something.
take just a brief recess.
Yes, ma'am.
That's an evil smile. Well, at least something got her attention.
Yeah.
All right, where did he go? Miss Gillette, do you want to unmute?
I don't know, Judge, but the officers are there outside his house.
I love how she just
I'm-
thinks
you
it's
know,
so
if he were in
funny.
the courthouse in this condition, I would order him to be taken into custody and tested because I don't know that he's going to remember this hearing. So
Oh, he's definitely
he's
not.
failing to appear. Can we just have him brought into custody and tested? And then if he's still, basically, I'm issuing a bench warrant for his arrest. And if they'll bring him in and get him tested, and if he's sober, they can bring him back in front of me at the courthouse. If he's high, we're gonna have to wait until he comes out of it so that he'll know, because he's got to have a meaningful reading of rights and charges. And I just am afraid he's, like I said, not going to even remember this hearing.
Yeah.
So you want to be
They can't
with
arraign
the
him when he's
UA
too
order?
intoxicated.
We may even need something stronger than that. But we can start from you.
I'll call the officers and I'll get that done, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, he's on the phone and he's going to try to log back in.
Okay, well, I still want him to pick him up. So just you say they're outside his house, just have him wait a minute, Missy, and don't tell him they're going to come in and get him because I don't want him to bolt on him. He's just not in any condition right now for first appearances. And he was ordered to be here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm issuing a bench warrant for them to pick him up.
Okay. So do you want him to try to get back on or not?
No, he needs to be tested. I need to make sure he's sober enough to know what he's doing when we have these hearings. So, Ms. Gillette, at this time, I think we can recess these hearings until further notice.
Need me to come up to the courtroom, Judge. Just have Missy get a hold of my offices. I'll stay here.
Thank you. We are in recess.
Is it still going?
Yeah, no,
it's over.
It's over. But yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure he got picked up. So that's why she was laughing so hard, because she knew that the cops were there and they were going to try to pick him up. But yeah, he was geeked out. Like, he was definitely on something, and most likely meth, because that's what makes you like move around so jerkily like that. So yeah, not a good idea to show up like that in court. And the thing is they don't think that they look like they're on meth. They think they're totally even. They think they're totally normal. Nothing to see here. I look like I'm normal. I'm acting normal. They have no idea that they look like they're completely, have drugged out. So they don't realize that.
It's sad, because I'm just saying it's the end of them. There's no, and you said people come back from that, but I've never stuck around anyone long enough to see them come back from it. I've had employees who have constantly have little glitches, constantly, having the twitches. Mm-hmm. And I've always just called them methy, and we just go on about our day as long as they're not on anything. Go to work and do your job.
Right.
And so I think that's the first time I've ever seen Jill be so personable, though. That's the first time I've ever seen her just smile into it like that.
Yeah, I think she's got a little bit of a dark sense of humor like me. I would have laughed at that, but that's because I'm kind of a dick.
Well, but there's also the aspect of, and you can be, self-righteous about it, to say, you know what, they may have just saved his life.
Absolutely.
In other words, if they take him in and I use my kid as another example of it. As his parents, we couldn't stop him. As his parents, we couldn't love him enough to get him to stop doing what he was doing. It took him going to jail. It took him getting into the system for him to, get clean and get figured out. Mm-hmm. And so, in the end, this may be the first day of his getting his life back. Doubtful.
Absolutely.
Doubtful. Most likely he'll run right back into it. But all right. Well, we've got one more video coming.
This last one is also this one's gonna be Judge Boyd, still from Old Squishy Gardner. But I have an update at the end. The defendant actually left a comment on the video for Old Squishy Gardner, so I will read that at the end of the video. It's our last video, but it does run, I think, at like 24 minutes. But it's a good one.
I've had that on a couple of my videos. I've had the defendants reach out to me. I had one. You know what? I'll try to play it, because that one is a drug related one too, where the defendant was actually in rehab, and the judge was going to give him a contempt to have him picked up from rehab because he didn't get permission to go to rehab.
Oh wow!
And so I had him reach out to me, and I've talked with him several times. I think that video's got close to 10 million views. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. And then
that's awesome.
And then I have another one in Judge Fleischer's court. It was a young girl, 18 years old. She was just a goofy kid, and the judge asked her why was she late for court, and she said because she didn't wake up on time. Mm-hmm. She was just being direct with him, and they told her she was going to have to take another drug, and they told her she was going to have to take another drug test, and she kind of jerked and jumped and was like, "Oh my gosh, I got to take a drug test." And everybody in the comments was, "Oh, she's going to fail the drug test." You could almost see the pitchforks raising up about her going to fail the drug test. Mm-hmm. And the next day she come back to court, she had passed the drug test.
That's crazy.
And so
she was totally fine.
Yeah. And Drunk and Smart, I get it. I guess what I'm saying is that's the most human I've seen her. Normally, anytime I see Jill, she's just got her head down in the paperwork. She's doing paperwork, and she looks like she's not connected to what's going on in the room. She looks like she's just too busy with paperwork. That one there, I'll be honest, if I was a defense attorney, I'd try to use that against them. I would try to make something of that. Her smiling there. And I do think it comes down to just the dark sense of humor of people who are in that day in and day out.
Right.
It's the thing of if it's on TV, you can laugh at it. People love cops, but people hate to see their family members on cops.
And that's kind of what we're trying to do here too. Like we can have the dark humor and laugh at the situation. Like he couldn't sit still, and we had a little bit of entertainment at his expense. But at the end of the day, we also recognize that he needs help, and it's tragic. And that's what we really want to highlight. We can have fun with it and have a dark sense of humor because that's how we have to sometimes cope with things. But we also super understand that this is tragic, and that's why we have this show to try to bring awareness and understanding and information. So,
yeah,
and if we can squeeze in a little bit of entertainment in there, we'll do that too.
Yeah, and not apologizing for anything I may have said, because in the end, I think I meant what I said. I may apologize for how it came across, because I certainly wouldn't want to offend anybody. And look, like I'm saying, I'm looking at this guy and seeing my son. I'm seeing that, hey, this may be the first day for him healing. This may be the first day for him getting better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But her smiling on that, like I said, that looked like an evil smile, and it did to me. It looked like that's the first time I've seen her involved in the case. And I know she's involved in them, but she doesn't look like she's involved in them. If I was the judge and I'm talking, I don't want to see the prosecutor writing.
Yeah. And another thing that we don't know the full facts of the case, or how many times he's been here, or how many times they've had to deal with him. So I don't know why she was able to immediately issue a bench warrant. There may have been some extenuating circumstances we're not aware of. And the fact that he just kind of bailed on court didn't really go in his favor either.
Yeah, he got a bench warrant for failure to appear. He was supposed to appear in person.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the phone call was not allowed. He was not allowed to be on Zoom for court at all, and she mentioned that to him several times during the hearing.
Yeah, and plus he was like 2 hours late too. So yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, they were doing him a favor, and she mentioned that at the beginning, and he didn't honor that favor. So this is the end result. So let's jump to where, Idaho Wiggles saying seeing somewhere Jill was absolutely hilarious. I just haven't. She likes to delete at the end of her docket, and I rarely get to see her, and whenever I do, it's normally at the end of the day. As I recorded stuff, I get to go back and look at it. But let's go to Judge Boyd. I want to see this Judge Boyd one.
All right. Who's the mother on William Harper? Come forward. No, Mr. Harper, you can remain seated. All right. Ms. Harper.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you get this? I want to explain something to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Take a deep breath.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Calm down. That's okay. All right. Just take a deep breath. All right. So this is what I want to explain to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is just based upon my background. All right. I've been a defense attorney, and I was a defense attorney for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
I was a prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes as a defense attorney, you will have a client who has some mental health issues, maybe, right? Or either you have a client who has some intellectual issues, right? So in situations like that, you always want to talk to parents, because maybe parents can give you some insight into them, right? But then other times you have clients who don't have any of those issues. They're adults. They don't have any issues where, I need to talk to your parents because obviously I'm not able to communicate with you. That's not the issue. Now, this is what I know. I know that parents, when they have children, their children are always their babies, right? No matter if they're 25, 30, you always still see them as that little boy or that little girl. And you feel like you need to be there, right? To give your input. What I can tell you is attorneys necessarily don't have to talk to parents or family members. And the reason why they don't is because they're adults, right? And they're in adult court. Now, sometimes we get people here who are 18 and parents want to be 100% in it because they're 18. And even though technically they're adults, they still sometimes are in the child realm as far as the way we see them. So what I can tell you is, in this court, I always require defense attorneys to speak to state, defense attorneys to speak with their client. You can see sometimes when people come to me, well, we're just getting a reset. Do we really need to bring that person out? And I'm like, yeah, we need to bring that person out because I want that person to know what's going on with their case. I want them to know that their attorney showed up and their attorney is actually here.
Yes.
So what I want you to do is, if you need to go get a drink of water, you can get a drink of water. Nothing is going to happen with your son's case while you're outside the courtroom.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So take a deep breath. If you need to walk around, and you can come back into the courtroom, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Miss Ford.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Mr. Harper, we'll wait for...
I don't think I breathed the whole time that lady was talking.
Yeah, she's upset, but I think she comes back, and I think she makes it interesting. So I'm excited to see this.
Okay. I think I've seen this one, but she's had a couple of parents in this type of attitude. So let's
Yeah.
see if it's the one I remember.
For your mom to come back if something's going to happen with your case, okay?
Just for the court's information, Judge, we do not have an agreement. We're open to the court.
All right. Court is calling 2020 CR 2192, State of Texas versus William Eric Anthony Harper. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alli Jackson for the state.
Defense?
Judge Richard Garcia for the defense.
And are you Mr. Harper?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Harper, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same William Eric Anthony Harper who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2192 for the offense of theft from a person on October 5th, 2020 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're proceeding on violation of condition number 2 that on or about the 27th day of August 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, William Eric Anthony Harper, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer or supervision officer and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to waive the remaining, all the violations of condition number 2.
All right, any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there any proposed agreements?
No.
There's no agreement, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
The state is requesting revocation, Your Honor, and that he be sentenced to 18 months in a state jail facility.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, being that the case expired a year ago, Mr. Harper has asked me to ask you to terminate his probation unsatisfactorily.
Yes, yeah, they often do in that court. They'll wear backpacks that way they can carry their stuff.
I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, luckily enough, he looks age appropriate for an attorney. Some of them that are really young, it looks almost
Yeah,
it looks
like
almost
you're going to school.
yeah, it looks silly, but yeah, he's yeah, I'm saying you can tell that he's just that's how they hustle through there. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just wondering.
He did complete the intensive outpatient program. He completed all the community service hours. He currently attends DeVry University, where he's got 3 months left for his, I believe it's his engineering degree. During the time of this probation, he had a daughter, and he was busy working to support his daughter. He has had a job up to about a month ago with Tesla, and he says that he even brought Elon Musk to San Antonio. So for those reasons, we're asking that you terminate him unsat. Mr. Harper would also like to address the court on his behalf.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is William Harper.
All right, you're going to need to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear.
So, Mr. Harper, tell Judge Boyd why you are asking her to terminate your probation unsatisfactorily.
I'm asking for you to terminate my probation unsat because of I've worked so hard these past 3 years to just become a better person. I've went to school. I have 3 months to complete my bachelor's in software development. I've held a 3.8 GPA. So if I knew, if I could talk to, when I had committed the crime that I did, if I could talk to that person, I would tell him, if I was able to tell him that, 30% of the world's billionaires are engineers, I never would have made that mistake.
Well, no. Here's the thing. You're not making mistakes. You're making choices. So what I want to know is why you choose to violate condition number 2. And this is not your first motion to revoke. You were here back in August for a violation. So I can tell you right now, I'm not inclined to terminate you on SAT. So you need to explain to the court why you are not completing what I'm asking for you to complete while you're on probation. Because if you're not completing, you can do great things. You could say, oh, I'm on probation, and not report, not do anything, and just go live your life, not reporting, getting another job, providing for your family. You can do all of that, but you still have not done what's been asked of you by the court.
I didn't know how serious. I didn't know how, like, my actions. I didn't know that it could lead to this.
No, yes, you did. And let me just tell you how I know you did. Because you were here before on a violation of condition number 14. And I told you specifically what I just told you now. Do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 14? Do you understand by pleading true to violation condition number 14, I could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility? So this is the second time you're hearing this. And the other thing that I know, and I want you to internalize what I'm saying before you continue with your testimony. I tell everybody who comes through here, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? I tell everybody that comes through here, if there's an issue with probation and you feel like probation isn't addressing it, let the court know and we'll address it. So do not start with, I didn't know about this, because I know you know, because I told you. All right?
Just wasn't like developed. Like I wasn't the same. I wasn't the person that I am now. I'm an actual adult now. I understand now. I didn't understand then. I was a kid. In my mind, I was a kid, but now I'm a completely different person. The things that I did then, I wouldn't even think about doing now. I would go to probation. I would go and I would do all that, not just because that I did it and this is what's happening. It's just now I realized that that's what I need to do, and I would be able to get that done now. Or I just didn't know any better. In my mind, I didn't know.
And since we're just now doing this motion to revoke, that tells me.
All right. We're gonna ask for some translations there. You said you had something for Kim, but also let's help Eric out on the legalese.
Okay, so to terminate your probation unsatisfactorily, technically that's what happened to me. And what that means, what it can mean, is that means that your probation is done, and if they term you unsat, which means they terminate your probation and you did not complete what you were supposed to complete. You didn't get a job, you didn't report, whatever. They can terminate you, do what they call a term unsat, and close your case, and you don't have to do probation anymore. That's what they did for me. But that's because it had been 7 years and it was a 1-year probation and I hadn't gotten in trouble. So it made the most sense. So that's what he's asking for here. But this is his second motion to revoke, which means he's been before her before to revoke his probation, and she warned him then too. So it's not a good thing to be there for your second time asking for grace again from Judge Boyd. She doesn't typically do that because she's very diligent on educating the defendants on what is expected of them. And like she said, she asks them, is there anything else you need from me to make sure you can accomplish all these tasks? And they give them the opportunity. So that's what she's trying to say right now. Like, I gave you all these chances and now you're telling me that you're willing to do it. She's not necessarily buying it. Personally, I kind of buy it from this guy so far. I haven't seen this video, or if I have, it's been a long time and I don't remember it. I've been this guy. Like, when I went in front of the court this last time, if they would have asked me to redo my probation, I would have been all for it. I would have been like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I know exactly what I need to do now. I'm in the right headspace. Back 7 years ago, I wasn't. I didn't care what I needed to do. I was more involved in my addiction than I was anything else. I didn't care about court. So I kind of feel for this guy. I don't necessarily know if I 100% buy his story, but I see a lot of myself in him. And I'm very interested to see what happens when his mom comes up. I know his mom comes up and talks too. So
yeah, I actually remember this one. I was picking on you with Brecken that you chose Old Squishy Gardeners instead of my video on it.
Right.
But no, and see, you believe him at this point. I don't. I think he's gone right back to saying exactly what he thinks that she wants to hear. you know, for him to be, you know, he's a college graduate, and for him to say, "Oh, I was a kid then, and now I'm grown up." No,
I see both sides. I'm very interested to see what the mom says. I mean, what the mom says could change my mind. But so far, I see myself in him, and maybe that's why I'm empathetic.
Yeah. And I guess it may be a guy thing too, because I'm just saying honestly, whenever I hear him, I'm my whole thoughts is he needs to step up and be a man and take responsibility for the. You know, you can't take responsibility for today. It's just like the last guy with the Coke. You know, even though I got high yesterday, well, today I'm sober, so let's punish me based on today, not based on there. What this guy did last year and the year before and the year before and the year before that, he's got to be accountable for it. You know, in Judge Fleischer's court earlier, the guy that I haven't been in trouble for a year. Well, you put a gun in kid's face, but you haven't gotten in trouble for a year, so therefore you think you should just get a free pass. You got to, you know, you harmed somebody 10 years ago. You've got to make peace with that. You've got to be accountable for that. And so, like this guy here, he was given that shot. He was given that opportunity, and he didn't take it. And so,
and it may very well be that he is ready to do what's needed now. But he's saying that he wants to be termed unsat. So, I mean, now that I think of it that way, he's not saying give me another chance. I'll fulfill everything you've asked me to do. He's saying I want off of probation and just be done with it. And that is a little bit suspect to me. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I see both sides. I'll say that.
Okay, well, let's go and see that. Durrell's here, so we can hit play.
Yay!
Nobody knew where you were.
In Your Honor, as far as that's concerned, I do have Mr. Harper's mother who would like to testify on his behalf as well.
Okay. Just 1 second before she calls up. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just have one, because the big thing here is you stopped reporting, you stopped coming for your UAs. If you were tested today, would you be positive for anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Ebony, are you going to speak loud into the microphone? So,
all right, can you raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give? Raise your right hand.
Oh, sorry.
All right, that's okay. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
My name is Ebony Eldridge.
All right, make sure you speak up because the court reporter has to hear.
My name is Ebony Eldridge.
All right.
So, Miss Eldridge, you are William Harper's mother?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that we are here for what's called a motion to revoke probation. The probation department is asking that Mr. Harper, your son's probation, be revoked. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you also understand that his probation expired over a year ago.
I found that out today, sir.
Yes. And what is it that you would like to tell the judge about William so that she can make her determination as to what she's going to do, whether she's going to terminate him unsatisfactorily or sentence him? Can you address Judge Boyd?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And thank you as well. I would like to say to the court, I'm a mother first, but I'm also a well-abiding citizen, first of all. My son has made some choices, because you can say mistakes when they're toddlers because they're learning. As being a late bloomer is what I like to call him, he's still learning. My son, I moved him here to San Antonio. I made the mistake of moving my son here to San Antonio, and I fought myself for that. Because before I moved my son here to San Antonio, my son was headed to the military. My son was in ROTC. My son was a scholar in football, headed to college, went to Wayland, came back to San Antonio because of me. I made the mistake in telling my son not to go into the military. And to this day, he still wants to go to the military. And I made that mistake because I was scared. The only reason that I responded the way I responded to you today, sir, is because I'm scared for my son to go to prison. My brother was murdered in prison. So it sits different with me when we talk about prison, because my brother was murdered there. My son has made the mistakes that he has made. And I tell you right now that I'm not okay with the things that he has done. I'm not okay with the people that he chose to navigate and put himself with. I'm not okay with that. I'm not even saying dismiss it. I say start it over, make him complete it. Because in my house, we don't finish like that. We don't do it like that. We don't conduct ourselves like that. Because we're not those type of people, and that's not how you was raised. We was raised to do what we were supposed to do. We was raised to finish it out and to walk with our head up because that's the way and that's how God wants us to be. You made the choice. You tied my hands. You tied my hands as your mother. But I'm here begging you, ma'am, to have mercy on my child like Jesus had mercy on us at the cross. I know he's messed up and I know he's not the perfect kid. I know he's done some things, but I even say it to you, ma'am, if you're the probation person, I'll make sure he's there. I'll make sure he does what he has to do. I get that he's an adult, and I experienced that firsthand, being told, I can't talk to you, ma'am, because that's an adult. I experienced it firsthand when I found out that my son had messed up on probation, and I'm calling the probation office. I'm saying, hey, I'm his mama. I'm on y'all side. What can I do to help you guys to make sure that he's doing what he's got to do? And they told me, there's nothing you can do because he's a grown man and we ain't got to talk to you. I hang up and I call back and I say, hey, listen to me, please. Before we even start the conversation, let me pray with you. Because we need God to lead the conversation. Because I need you to understand I'm not against you, but I want my child to do right. And if it means I got to stand there with him, then I'm willing to do that. Because I don't want my son, I won't throw him away. He's a smart boy. He has things going for him. Do we need a little help? Yes, ma'am, he does. Am I asking the court to help my son? Yes, ma'am, I am. Am I going to do what he won't do? Yes, ma'am, I am. He needs help. He needs it. He wants to help. He wants it. And I tell you, if you give him a chance, you're gonna do right. Or I'll go upside your head myself. Because you're gonna do right. You have to do right. This right here is not it. My brother died in prison. And it pains me. It pains me. I'm tired, baby. You got a 2-year-old daughter. I can't even bring your daughter to see you. I won't bring my granddaughter to sit in a jail to have to see her father. You got a home. And that's where you're supposed to be, helping me raise your daughter. That's where you're supposed to be, her home. But we're here. We're here. We're here. But I won't leave you. I won't leave you. I won't leave you. I just can't leave him.
All right.
But I'll stand.
All right. Any more questions? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
State?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I'm kind of like, this is going to sound harsh, but I'm kind of glad he's crying because that means that he actually
Right, it's a
listened to his
shame.
mom and he recognizes the pain he's putting her through. So it makes me happy that he's being emotional and is taking it in, as opposed to, someone who just doesn't react and isn't listening and isn't at that level. And that's why I feel like I kind of have faith for him. Like, it seems like he's starting to understand the gravity of his situation and he needs to get his life together.
Okay, well, I'll take the other side of it and say I think his mom is a great mom. I think
100%.
I think the fact that his mom has to look at him and yell at him in a courtroom in front of a judge and say, "You're supposed to be helping me raise your 2-year-old child," tells you just how much of a disaster he is. He should be raising his child. She should be helping him raise his child.
Absolutely.
But instead, they've got it backwards. She's got it backwards. She thinks that he should be helping her raise his kid. I'm just saying the family dynamic is so screwed up there. Now, I think she's a great woman. I think she's doing what she can. I think she's lost it. I think she's had enough. She's completely, fallen apart. But her falling apart, her caring is not enough for him to change his behavior. Him crying right now. Look, Judge Boyd's tough. Judge Boyd's she's been called a monster. She's been called a bull. She's been called the tough one. But I guarantee you, Judge Boyd ain't got nothing on my mama.
Right.
So I'm just saying, Judge Boyd is tough, but breaking your parents' heart is more. But it simply it doesn't change the facts. He still did somebody wrong. He still committed a crime, and he still didn't do it. Now, like you said, all he's asking for is, termination of his probation. I'm not saying send him to prison. I'm just saying terminate his probation.
And even she said that he should have to do it over because we finished things in this house, and that's what I think too. Like that's why I kind of took back. Maybe I wasn't super on his side because he's asking to just have it be done with, and he should have to do it over. And that's what the mom asked for, and I agree with that. Like he doesn't necessarily need to go to prison, but he needs to finish his probation. If he's grown up, like he needs to do it like a man and finish it, like his mom said. But I just don't know if he's got any more chances left with Judge Boyd or not. So, but I do have an update. I do have a small update at the end of this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did get an update on this. Yeah. So, that makes it worth sticking around for. So y'all stick around, folks.
You brought your mom down for him because of your actions. Probation, what are you requesting?
However, due to the case being further extended, expired, revocation, or term unsat.
Well, I can tell you all, I'm not going to terminate unsat because he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So there are two choices. And this is the court will do. Well, before I say that, has he done anything on probation?
He completed the IOP, the intensive outpatient program. He did the community service hours. And he's paid 500 and something.
Your Honor, Mr. Harper did complete intensive outpatient treatment. He completed 41 hours of his community service hours. The court waived 40 hours due to his COVID vaccine. He paid $563 toward his assessed fees of $2,841. He was on the drug patch for the beginning of his probation, and they were coming out negative at first, and then there was a lapse there.
All right. Any final argument from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
So.
Oh, one thing, Your Honor. He does have 2 new cases which are going to be not taken care of at this time. They're still pending indictment.
What are the 2 new cases?
There's a misdemeanor interference with an emergency telephone call and a felony assault family choking. I'm sorry. A misdemeanor interference with telephone call and an assault family choking.
All right. So what's the status?
Okay, so assault family choking.
That's not great.
No. And it assault family choking, which to me you should go to prison if you decide to choke out a family member. The deals don't seem to get anything done with that, but that's another story for another day. But with this right here, he had $2,800 worth of bills to pay. He paid $500 of that $2,800. He's failing drug tests.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I'm looking for a hammer. I'm ready to see the hammer come down.
Right.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's see what she does.
As far as are those good cases, not good cases?
They're only about a month old. I do know that the victim is uncooperative on them, and that's about all I know so far, Your Honor.
All right. So who's the complainant in that case?
His
maybe Derville. I don't know.
Her name off the top of my head.
What's her name? State you're asking for 18 months. Defense, you're asking that the probation be terminated unset. I'm not going to terminate him unset. These are his choices. 1, I can find him guilty, revoke him. I'll sentence him under 1244 to 1 year at the Bexar County Jail. or 2, I can find him guilty and I will place him on regular probation.
Please do regular probation. Regular probation, please.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. The court is going to find you guilty. What I'm going to do, state, is there a recommendation? Oh, this is a state jail felony. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 5 years. I'm going to want 300 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to want parenting classes. Once he's completed the parenting classes, 150 hours will be deemed satisfied. And then you are to get your degree or either some sort of trade certificate. And once that is done, the remaining of the community service will be deemed satisfied. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There'll be random regular UAs. There's to be no contact with NCoTtsBCl&index. Is it NCoTtsBCl&index? NCoTtsBCl&index carbon. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, does he need another TAP?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to do a TAP evaluation, and that's going to take place while you're in custody. And if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they recommend outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. And then thereafter, as probation deems necessary after the 3rd month. And I'm going to want an anger management class. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, and I apologize. Will you give me the term again?
2 years, suspended and probated for 5 years.
And Judge, if I may, the only issue that or concern that I have is that he's got the felony and the misdemeanor, and he hasn't made bond on those. And I'm not sure if they are able to make bond, and because they're family violence, he's not eligible for PR bonds, and so he may be incarcerated for a while.
Okay. All right, you'll have to take care of that with whomever your attorney is on that. Are you the attorney on those cases as well?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, so you'll have to take care of that with your attorney. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Just the drug classes, the anger management classes.
Mm-hmm.
Any classes I can get. I just want to be a better person. And, this is a turning point in my life. I want to do better. So.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else from either side? We're going to go off the record.
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to say this again, and I've said it to you before, and I say it to everybody. If there's an issue with probation and you feel like they're not addressing it, you can always come to the court to ask. You understand?
Yes, sir. I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, come to the court? What do you mean?
Oh, your attorney will explain it to you. People have just walked in and said, hey, I'm having an issue with probation, and we'll address it. But do not come back to me for failure to report and not doing what you're supposed to do. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the way you were over there crying with your mom, stop breaking your mom's heart.
I know. I'm so sorry.
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay, this is for you.
Okay, so a couple of questions I want to answer right off before I forget. Let's see. It was Tiff. Yes. So he was on deferred adjudication before. So if he would have completed everything fine, he would have gotten this off of his record. But now that if you're termed unsatisfactory, if you're termed unsat or you get revoked, you lose your deferred status. So it will go on his record now. Doesn't have a choice on that. And then what was the other question I was going to answer? I think you already answered that question about the drug tests, but
Yeah,
I think you already answered that.
Eric was asking, how can it be random and regular?
Yeah, so they can just test you at regular intervals, like once a week, but you don't know the day, or you could be have a regular testing schedule, like you test every Friday, but they also have the ability to test you randomly at any given time. So it could be one or the other, or a combination of both. So, yeah. God, I can't remember the other thing. That wasn't what it was, but that's okay.
Well, how about this? He reached out and made a comment on the video later on.
Yeah, that wasn't what it was, but yeah. So this is the comment. He did reach out about a month after the video. This video is like 11 months old, and the comment was added 10 months ago. So about a month after this was put on the internet, or after this happened. So this is what he wrote. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I am William Harper, and I express my gratitude for the warm words. Recognizing the second chance I've been given, I am committed to maximizing it by pursuing education and being a devoted father to my daughter. My profound appreciation extends to the remarkable mother I have. While I may have taken my blessings for granted in the past, I am now dedicated to making the most of the second chance and embracing the lessons from my experiences. I am resolute in my desire to change my life, striving not only to do better, but to be better in every aspect." So I thought that was worth the update. That's what he wrote. And I don't know if mom made him write that, or if he wrote that because he was so embarrassed of what he put his mother through, but I appreciate that he did that. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have hope for him. I'm glad that he didn't go to jail. I really hope that he has grown up. And you said he's 17. I never caught his age. Is he really 17?
No, I think he was 24, 25. I was picking on
Still,
Kimby.
that's young, but still that's young, and he might have grown up since then. You never know. I have hope for him. I love that his mom's going to be super involved, and I love that he wrote that a month later, so it didn't go in one ear and right out the other. So I have profound hope for him. I hope he gets his life on track. So that wasn't really drug related, but it was an interesting case nonetheless. So
Yeah, no, it was, but it's behavioral. A lot of the stuff's behavioral,
Yeah.
and you know, drugs is self medication for pain, and I think anger is a self medication for pain.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm angry, I got the dopamine running through me, and I don't have to, be responsible for my actions because I was mad, and that's why I acted out.
Yeah.
And so, people do. Oh, I got in trouble with Kimby.
That's
All right.
funny.
Well, you guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow, same time.
Yep, that's all we got for tonight. So you guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for being so generous with your super chats and everything and your memberships. So love you all. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at the same time. We also have the after show at 3 p.m. over on the main channel, American Courts 2, after Judge Fleischer's docket ends. So be sure to tune into that tomorrow afternoon if you are able.
Absolutely. Thank you all, and we really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.